I will again show you once more the anatomy of how we see journeys and journey management work and why opportunities play a key part in this. I'll tie it into what Manon says about, putting a grid on it and skipping PowerPoint, hopefully, but we'll get to that. Because ultimately, if you have all your journeys mapped, and what you actually can do then is based on the qualitative data you have, based on the actual experience people have in a certain journey. Let's just take one journey as an example. Maybe even the solutions that you have in place on this journey or the processes in your blueprint that we touched on earlier in the masterclass. Then you can layer on this opportunity layer and start documenting what actually you want to address from a qualitative standpoint, from an insight perspective, maybe from your user research perspective, like what are the opportunities that we need to address? This is customer-centric thinking, but we also want to address it from the business part, and that's where it gets interesting. So Manon, you will be happy with the matrix here. We're going to show you how it works based on effort and a value score in a second. But first, again, you have your journeys already. Maybe you've created already an opportunity. Are there people who created already an opportunity, tried making that? Can I see some thumbs for the ones who did? Thumbs up for the ones who did. And if you didn't, that's also fine. And we're going to do it. Yeah, see, Aline has done it. Nice. Some other people, yeah, I know that have done this in the masterclass already. So you can click along again using your own TheyDo environment, and I'm going to show you how the workflow typically looks like and how the prioritization works, so you can get a sense. And I'll tie it into some of the questions you have asked around this. Ready? Good. Okay. Back to the overview again. So I'll just take this journey again, end journey, and I'm going to show you. So this is also about a little bit of the workflow you have and the process that you have. But what we typically see in organizations that start to align around journeys is that there's a lot of different teams working on different journeys. So you want to give them the tools to actually service these opportunities. And that is the information overload is a known, but we're going to create a new one. So here, in any journey, opportunities can surface, but it can also be that there is already an existing opportunity that surfaces on a specific step. Different use case, I'll get to that later. Let's just create one. You can click along, and then you'll see why it's important to create it and how you can then later on use it outside your journeys. That's where the stakeholder discussion comes back. So let's say I'm going to create an opportunity on a specific step. I'm going to create a new opportunity called CXM opportunity for today. So now what I did actually is created an opportunity in when a customer goes to the online store. I know there's this problem we want to address. So this is the opportunity. And here I actually want to capture what actually is the reason that this is an opportunity. So why? So here you can give a short description, just a quick tip for the design thinkers among us, just use the how might we notation. So that you think in problems still, not in solutions. So how might we solve the CXM opportunity so that we can, make our customers happy? This is where you describe the opportunity. So you can immediately also set an owner so that someone knows, hey, Jochem is on it. If I want to know more about it, I can reach out to him so I know where to find him. But basically what we also do is we help you to address a basic value score. Now, if you have a fancy scorecard in place that already has a few drivers, you can use that. But we typically see you have a customer value expressing like, if we address this opportunity, what does it deliver roughly for the customer? But equally, you want to give that perspective on the business. So what does it generate for the business? Maybe there's a very low priority for the business, or maybe a very high priority for the business to address this opportunity. So these are, the basic information that go into an opportunity. Now, of course, it's backed by research and the context is in the journeys. But if you start creating it like this, then you will see here, okay, so it's now linked to this specific step. Because it's documented now, you can start adding it to different steps in the experience and linking it. As we saw with the information overload, that was linked with different steps and different journeys. And that will create this knowledge of work and linked opportunity management.